Chief Meteorologist Chase Jones.
Well, it was a pretty calm and clear start this morning. Then around lunchtime, if not early afternoon, that dust storm started rolling in and those winds started howling out of the west. And by tonight, things will calm down as if it never happened. And Thursday is going to be beautiful as we make a good run at those 90s. But we are tracking Friday's storm. Now, temperatures over the last 24 hours finally inside that 30-degree range all the way down into those lower 50s. And we push all the way up into those lower 80s. But you see those dust storms fighting back and forth, those southerly winds. But a good 30-degree run. So we're inside that standard as summer gets closer and closer. Now, temperatures are all across the board here in the Concho Valley, 82 in San Angelo. Everybody else in a combination of those upper 80s, those mid 80s, those lower 80s, and we're keeping our eye out for 10 degrees, 80 in Sterling City, 87 down there in Junction, 78 over there in Big Lake. So we have about 12 degrees across the entire region and not that far of a distance, but we're keeping our eye off towards the northwest for some of those colder temperatures to start sliding their way in, but nothing near those freezing levels, I promise. Now, look how dry it is. You saw the drought monitor, and by tomorrow, we're going to see if it doesn't get a little worse because we have not seen a single drop of rain. We're keeping our eye on the concentrations of brown as they make their way in with this dry weather and that windy weather where we are looking at this blue concentration. Now, you can't see the low pressure system yet, but as we make our way towards Friday, it will appear around Kansas. And then look how strong it gets with these concentrations of blues. Now, here in the Concho Valley, just high wind as a result. Now, we'll hold on to those breezy conditions, but it's going to be on and off winds for the next couple weeks. Now, this strong storm that'll take place over the Panhandle, that's the one we have those high winds for Friday. This is the idea of potential energy. Watch how much it pushes this up towards the northeast. It's an explosion of high winds before it moves out of the area, and that'll keep things relatively calm here in the Concho Valley, but clearing the road for more weather to make its way in by Wednesday. Again, we're keeping our eye on those windy conditions. Right now, water vapor imagery showing you the formation of what is the dust storm right now as it takes off near Oklahoma. It's headed off towards the Kentucky area, the Ohio River Valley, with the next low pressure system behind me. That's the one that's going to pick up momentum here shortly, and it's going to take off towards the northeast. Keep your eye off towards the southwest. Look at that interesting cloud formation, some high moving winds with some moisture. Severe weather outlook is parts of East Texas up into the sort of Tornado Alley area, while off towards the west coast, they're expected to see about another 3 feet of snow. Now, we take you down to the surface, some severe weather developing off towards East Texas, all those red flag alerts and those fire weather warnings off towards the west. You can already see more snow making its way onshore. Now, this low pressure system is going to move very quickly across the entire Rocky Mountains. By the time it gets here by Friday, it's going to start picking up those winds again. Here's the future cast as we watch this storm move off towards the east. Here comes our second system. That is snow across the entire Rocky Mountains. Look how fast it moves. That's Friday as it pushes up all that high winds. Then right behind it, just dealing with those low clouds. Now, we're on the lookout for some of those cooler temperatures, but it's going to stay relatively windy throughout the rest of the weekend. So tonight, all the way down near that 50-degree mark, and those winds will be dying down. Then tomorrow, a beautiful day for Haley's birthday, but let's make sure we kick on the sunscreen because it's going to be a pretty toasty one. As we make our way closer towards Friday, we are tracking the dust storm as we push all the way down into those 70s. By the weekend, somewhere around that 70-degree mark. Then we're on the warm-up as we make our way into that third week of March already, if not spring, hovering around that 80-degree mark while those overnight lows go from the 60s down to those 40s and then right back up into those 50s. Stay tuned. We'll break. You're watching KSAN News at 5.